Hello learners, I am Sureshna Chaudhary, Assistant Professor of Philosophy at Icon Commerce College. Under the course of Social and Political Philosophy, I am discussing the Unit 12, which is Socialism. So in our last classes, we had a detailed discussion on what socialism is, what is the nature of socialism, and the different kinds of socialism. Now today we are going to discuss the merits and demerits of socialism, and this is the last class of our this unit. This is the last class of this unit, socialism. So coming to the merits and demerits of socialism, at first we are going to discuss the merits of socialism. So Professor Schumpeter has presented 4 key arguments in support of socialism, which consist higher economic efficiency, improved social welfare through reduced inequality, elimination of monopolistic practices, and stability due to the absence of business fluctuations. Now let us examine each of these advantages in detail. So first one is greater economic efficiency. So socialism is considered more economically efficient than capitalism because the government centrally manages and regulates production to achieve specific social goals. Instead of relying on market forces, a central planning authority carefully examines available resources and ensures they are used in the best possible way. Under socialism, resources are being allocated towards producing essential goods and services that could meet the basic needs of all people. So they do not focus on profit-driven production. They focus on producing the essential goods and services that could meet the needs of all the common people. They do not focus, unlike the capitalists, they do not focus on the profit-driven productions. The socialism system, this system, it helps reduce income inequality by ensuring wealth, by ensuring that the wealth is distributed more fairly. They try to ensure whether the wealth is distributed equally to all or not. But in capitalist system, we do not see that, isn't it? There are unequal distribution of wealth within capitalist system. So this system, or the socialism, this system, it helps to reduce the income inequality by ensuring wealth is distributed more fairly. Additionally, socialism eliminates monopolies and prevent large corporations from controlling markets and exploiting the consumers. So within socialism, monopoly, these systems of monopoly system is eliminated within socialism. They prevent the large corporations from controlling the markets and exploiting the consumers. Another major advantage in this system is economic stability. Since the economy is planned and regulated, it avoids the ups and downs seen in capitalism, such as recession or financial crisis. So within capitalism, we could see that recessions or financial crisis occur. There is no economic stability. But since within socialism, the economy is planned and regulated, it avoids all these ups and downs of financial crisis and all. So this means that there is less risk of unemployment and economic depression. So socialism, from this we can see that socialism, it creates a more secure and predictable economic environment for everyone. Since here the risks for unemployment and economic depression is less, so it could be a more proper form or more proper system. So it tries to create a more secure and predictable economic environment for everyone. The second merit is welfare through reduced inequality. A socialist economy promotes greater economic equality by ensuring that wealth and resources are distributed more fairly among all citizens. Unlike the capitalist, where the private individuals or corporations, they own businesses and accumulate wealth, the socialism eliminates private ownership of the major industries and the private capital accumulation and private driven motives. Unlike the capitalist, where the private individuals or corporations own businesses and accumulate wealth, socialism, they eliminate the private ownership of major industries, private capital accumulation, and profit-driven motives. Instead of all this, the state within socialism manages resources for the collective benefits of society. Instead of prioritizing private ownership of major industries, giving more chances to the private industries, private capital accumulation, profit-driven motives, all these are not included within socialism. They try to do things or to collect resources or manage resources for the collective benefits of the whole society, not only for some particular people or individual or society. In this system, that is in this socialist system, everyone works for the well-being of the community and is compensated based on their skills, education and training. All profits from industries, land and businesses, all these go to the government, which reinvest them into public services such as free education, affordable housing, universal health care and social security. So, this system includes what? That is well-being of all the community and is compensated based on their skills, education and training. And all profits of these industries and land, they go to the government, and the government, they reuse this while giving free education, affordable housing to the poor, providing health care to the needy, all this. Under socialism, workers are not exploited as they collectively own the means of production. Profits are being shared fairly among workers based on their contributions. So those who work more, they will get more. Those who work less, they will get less. So according to that, profits are being divided. They are shared fairly. Additionally, the cooperative model ensures that even those who cannot work due to disability or old age or other reasons still receive support for their basic needs. So this system aims to eliminate poverty by providing equal access to essential services like healthcare and education. So those who work, they also get, and those who could not work due to any problem like disability or old age or whatever, still they receive a support, financial support. They receive a financial support for their basic needs. Okay, so this system aims to eliminate poverty. So by providing equal access to the essential services like healthcare and education, they try to bring equality within the society and eliminate poverty. Moreover, no one faces discrimination based on their background or economic status within socialism. People are encouraged to pursue jobs they are skilled at and enjoy, creating a more balanced and satisfied workforce. Within capitalism, we see people were not allowed or they could not do the job they want to do. They had to do what their manager or what the owner of the company wants. They have to do that job. But within socialism, you have the freedom to choose your own job, to pursue your job that in which you are skilled and you enjoy the job. Okay, so and this will create a more balanced and satisfied workplace. When you work under a company where you do the job you want, you are skilled at, so the workplace then becomes very much satisfying. So if certain jobs are less desirable, higher wages are offered as an incentive. And if certain jobs you say are less, that means you have to work more harder, and there are some problems also for those type of jobs. Payments were given more, higher wages are being offered, okay, so that people come and do that. So finally, socialism also ensures that natural resources are preserved and used responsibly, which benefits not just the present generation but also our future generation. The third merit of socialism is absence of monopolistic practices. Now, one of the key advantages of socialism is that it eliminates monopolies which are common in capitalist economies. So, one of the key advantages of socialism is that it eliminates monopolies which are common in capitalist economies. In capitalism, a few large companies, they often dominate industries, controlling prices and exploiting consumers. However, under socialism, the state owns and manages the means of production, meaning there are no private companies controlling the entire sectors of the economy. This system removes the problem of monopolistic exploitation, where a single company can take advantage of workers and consumers for profit. Instead, the state holds a monopoly on production. But this monopoly is not for personal gain. It is used to benefit the entire population, ensuring that products are made for the welfare of the society. In state-owned factories, the focus is on helping high-quality goods that are both affordable and socially useful. Since there is no competition-driven need for high profits, these products are offered at reasonable prices, benefiting consumers without the exploitation seen in capitalist monopolies. So the fourth merit of socialism is there is absence of business fluctuations. In a socialist economy, there are no business fluctuations like those seen in capitalist system. So the business fluctuations seen in capitalist system are like recessions, booms, or period of high unemployment. And this is because the government plans and regulates production and consumption based on clear goals and priorities. The Central Planning Authority ensures that supply and demand are balanced, so there is neither overproduction nor joblessness. The Central Planning Authority ensures that supply and demand are balanced, so there is neither overproduction nor joblessness. This creates economic stability as resources are allocated efficiently to meet the needs of society without the uncertainty that often comes with market-driven economies. Now coming to the demerits of socialism. Now, one of the major drawbacks of socialism is that it relies on people being cooperative and working together for the common good. However, not everyone in society is naturally cooperative. Some people are more competitive and driven by self-interest. So these individuals may seek to disrupt or undermine. These individuals may seek to disrupt or undermine the system for their own benefit. While capitalism embraces this competitive, that is greedy is good mentality, socialism tends to overlook it. As a result, socialism does not reward entrepreneurial spirit in the same way like the capitalist, and it can struggle with innovation because it lacks the same incentives for individuals to take risk and come up with the new ideas. Or another demerit of socialism is that in socialism, the government holds significant power over the economy and people's lives. This can be beneficial only if the government acts in the best interest of the people. But if the leaders they abuse their authority, they can misuse this power for personal gain, leading to corruption or authoritarian rule. Now, another major issue is that consumers may lose the freedom to choose of what they want to buy. Within socialism, people can only purchase what is available in the state-run stores, limiting their options. Additionally, in a socialist system, there is no freedom to choose or change occupation easily. Once assigned a job, individuals often have little choice but to stay in that role. Because you have chosen it, that I like this job, so I will be engaged in this job. So you have to stay in that job, means for maximum of your life. You cannot change it easily. Another challenge is the inefficient allocation of resources. Since a central authority plans everything, it is possible for resources to be distributed poorly, which may include mistakes made in deciding what to produce and how much. Socialism tends to be more bureaucratic, with decisions made by government officials rather than by individual businesses or market forces. And this can lead to a lack of motivation for people to work hard or be creative. And without personal incentives, productivity can suffer. Hence, from this, we find certain demerits of socialism. Now let us discuss in details about these demerits of socialism. First is that of loss of consumer sovereignty. In a socialist economy, consumers lose the freedom to choose what they want to buy. Unlike in a capitalist system where consumers have the power to select from a wide variety of products in the market, in socialism, the government controls the production and distribution of goods. This means that people can only purchase what is available in state-run stores and the range of products is often limited. Additionally, in many cases, the quantities of goods available for purchase are determined by the state and not by the consumer demand. The government may decide how much of a particular product is produced and sold, meaning consumers have less control over what they buy and how much they can buy. Since the government they decide how much of a particular product is to be produced and sold, the consumers have a limited control or they don't have control of buying what they want or how much they want to buy. Okay, because things are only limited. So this system reduces consumer choice as people cannot easily access different brands, varieties or newer innovations unless they are provided by the state. So overall, from this we can see that the freedom to make personal purchasing decisions is significantly restricted within socialism. Because socialism, it focuses on fulfilling the collective needs rather than individual desires or preferences. The second demerit is no freedom to choose jobs. So, in a socialist economy, the government has significant control over employment. Instead of individuals choosing their careers or occupations based on their interest or skills, the state assigns jobs to people. This means that each person is given a position based on what the government deems necessary, and changing jobs or occupation is not easy. They give according to their skills only, okay, but choice is given by government. The government chooses, okay. So instead of individuals choosing their own career or occupation based on their interest or skill, the state, they assign jobs to individuals, to people, okay? And this means that each person is given a position based on what the government deems necessary, and changing jobs, as told already, is not that easy. So individuals cannot simply leave their current job and find another one. They must go through the state's approval process, which can limit career mobility. Like within capitalism, within private sectors, you can change your job from one to another, from this to that. But within government, it is not so easy. You can't change like that. Moreover, the location of a person's job is also decided by the state. People may be assigned to work in specific industries or regions regardless of personal preferences or family situations. This level of control over people's career means that there is no personal freedom to seek new job opportunities. So, by controlling over people's career, they gave no freedom to individual to seek new job opportunities or to pursue a profession based on their personal ambition. Occupational movements such as switching jobs or advancing in a different field are strictly regulated by the state, by leaving little room for individual career choices. So as a result, what happens? People may feel restricted in their professional lives and lack the autonomy that is common in market-driven economies. The third is mallocation of resources. In a socialist economy, resources such as labor, raw materials, and capital are allocated by a central planning authority rather than being determined by market forces. While the goal is to distribute these resources in a way that benefits society as a whole, the process often results in malallocation, that is, resources are not always distributed efficiently or effectively. The central planners who make decisions about what to produce and how much to produce rely on centralized data and forecast, but they do not have the same flexibility or insight that market-driven economies have. Since planning is done based on information available at the time, there is a significant risk of mistakes or miscalculations, leading to overproduction of some goods while others may be underproduced. For example, you can see the planners might decide to produce a large quantity of a certain product without realizing that there is little demand for it, or they might fail to foresee the need for essential goods, leading to shortages. So this system often operates on a trial and error basis, where planners adjust their decisions over time based on previous mistakes. However, the lack of flexibility and real-time feedback which market systems provide can make it difficult to quickly correct these efforts. And as a result, the socialist system often faces challenges in matching production with actual consumers' need, leading to inefficiencies and wasted resources. The fourth is bureaucratic nature of socialism. A socialist economy is often described as bureaucratic, which means that it operates through a complex system of rules, regulations, and procedures that are being enforced by government officials. In such a system, economic decisions are made by central authorities rather than individuals or businesses. The economy functions more like a machine, with the government coordinating and controlling most aspects of production, distribution, and consumption. And one of the major downsides of this system is that it does not encourage personal initiative or entrepreneurial spirit. In a capitalist system, individuals are often motivated to work hard because they can benefit personally, whether through financial reward, promotions, or recognition. But in socialism, people typically work out of a sense of duty or fear of government authorities, rather than for personal gain or self-interest. The lack of personal incentive can result in lower motivation for many people, and this might lead to reduced productivity and innovation. While some argue that socialism is superior to capitalism because of its emphasis on equality and welfare, it does come with significant downsides. Political, economic, and personal freedoms can be restricted in a socialist system. To take an example, individuals might have limited freedom to make economic decisions, pursue entrepreneurial ventures, or express dissent against the government. This loss of freedom is one of the key criticisms of socialism, as it creates a more controlled and regulated environment where personal choices are often subordinated to state priorities. So in conclusion, we can say that socialism, it encompasses a wide range of economic and social systems focused on the shared responsibility of producing and distributing goods and services. It is characterized by social ownership of the means of production, which can take various forms such as public, collective, or cooperative ownership. The term has historical roots attributed to many thinkers like Robert Owen, Perry Leroux, who contributed significantly to the cooperative movement. As a scientific concept, socialism is driven by the laws of revolutionary transformation, aiming to shift society from capitalism to communism. So, we have also discussed that socialism is further classified into various types, including feudalistic, bourgeois, and utopian socialism, with additional branches such as democratic, revolutionary, libertarian, market, green, Christian, and Fabian socialism. These diverse forms reflect different approaches to achieving economic equality, social welfare, and collective well-being.